Youngest in the Yacht Club. I am Vince Serrano. Man, today we got a special guest. He's from Tampa. He's an athlete and a boxer. We got the famous BillyJ. What up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, chilling, man. Dog. We always start off Youngest in the Yacht Club with the one question. Who is BillyJ?
Mm. Who is BillyJ? Well, I'm a boxer, of course, and a man, of course, take care of his people, you know what I'm saying? A workaholic, work, gym, that's like my life, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Influence the youth, of course, and yeah, and just does positive things for the people.
that's awesome, bro. Bro, where you from?
Um, well, people don't know this, right? I was born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania,
Mm,
but I came here at Tampa like at 3 years old. So I down there like, you know what I mean?
grew up here.
I grew up here, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Town and country, Florida, you know.
yeah.
People who know me, I grew up around there, man. I was going, city, neighborhood to neighborhood in Tampa,
Yeah.
So, I'm down there from Tampa, I got it tatted
Got
on
it
me or
tatted. You
hair.
from here
You know what I'm
already,
saying?
yeah?
813 to the
Yeah.
fullest, you know what I mean?
Bro, how did you how was it growing up for you?
Growing up for me was I ain't gonna lie, had the ups and downs,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, a lot of people want to be like, man, I grew up struggling. Yeah, I grew up struggling, but at the same time, it was like, to me, it was like normal. Like I
Mm.
grew up like, I ain't grew up rich, but like I had, yeah, we struggled, but at the same time, we had fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A
Yeah.
lot of people like to say, oh man, I'm struggled, I struggle. Nah, I had fun. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? We wasn't rich, but you know what I mean? I had, you know what I'm saying, a good mother who raised me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had a father, I have a father who raised me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a father figure, of course, who raised me and stuff. We had our ups and downs, but
Yeah.
it was every other childhood.
Yeah. That's
Right,
cool, man. It's cool because you just had enough, right? You had
yeah,
enough, right?
right,
And
yeah.
that's good, bro. What was it like, like the family dynamic? Like what got you into like sports, ultimately boxing, like being an athlete? What was that about?
Well, first, people don't know like boxing really wasn't my first sport. It really was basketball.
Uh,
I see my big brother. He was playing basketball, and I was like, man, I could do that. I was straight, but honestly, I look back now, I was trash. I was trash. I ain't gonna lie.
was your brother nice?
Yeah, like, he was nice. Like
Yeah.
he from Miami, so like he was real good with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was good with it, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't, you know, he took the other route, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like, yeah, I looked at that and it made me say like, I don't want to do that, but at the same time, be better. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but boxing, I started boxing like, I started boxing since I was like, 17. Yeah,
17.
yeah, I started boxing when I was 17. Yeah.
And so, what did you have a long amateur career? What was that? What was that about? How did that go?
Well, the amateurs, I started late in the amateurs, because before that, I was doing backyards, the guns down, gloves up events
Okay.
in Tampa and stuff. So, you know,
How was that? How was like that like you see it on the net and it looked crazy, you know?
you're right. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it was a good experience. I had a friend. I got a friend of mine. If y'all know him, his name is Dean the Great. I met him one time. He was doing YouTubes and stuff like that. I didn't know he was from Tampa at first. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. I
Yeah.
was like, "He from Tampa?" I was telling my phone, like, "He from Tampa? He look like an LA guy." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
his style and his swag. I'm like, now when I met him, I went to his first I went not at first, but I went to one of his he used to do boxing events over there at the USF basketball courts,
Yeah.
and then I met there's a pro fighter named Angel Hernandez,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I remember DeVaris Jones, Mason I forgot his name, but they got me in there with Angel. Mind you, Angel at the time was like, I think he was like number one in Florida, ranked number one in Florida in the
Yeah.
amateurs. Me, I'm a novice, so I came in there. It's on YouTube and all, like. I had a big old beer belly. This during this during the pandemic, so you know what I mean. Like the pandemic, I was getting a lot of weight during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I was like 19ish when I was doing it, and then man, and on YouTube y'all see it, man. Boy, he whooped he whooped my behind. Like he whooped me.
Yeah.
He beat me up bad. I said, dang. And then that's when I started saying, I gotta take this serious, man. This ain't boxing ain't no joke. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Then he afterwards, I told him, I remember I told Dean, I was like, man, if you want to do something, if you want to do like a big event, man, do these parks, man. And at first, like, yeah, I got you. I was like, my mom said, nah, he ain't gonna do it. And then when I seen started, every Sunday having these boxing events, I started saying, oh yeah, I started coming. He matched me up. I beat up a couple guys, and he kept doing it. And then, you know what I mean. And I had won some, I had lost some. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like I could just kept boxing, and then that's when I met with a lot of good guys. Like I got a friend of mine. Shout out to Zach. He put me on the first boxing gym, Cultus Fitness 24/7 when they had it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now it's not there no more. But I went to that one, and then shout out to Dean the Great, of course. I always give him his flowers. A lot of people don't want to give him his flowers.
No, he's
You know what I
an
mean?
awesome influencer fighter, bro, and he's a good fighter. Period.
Yeah,
But,
facts, definitely. Like a lot of people don't want to give him credit. I give him credit. Like I give him his flowers. When while he's here. You know what I'm saying? He helped me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got my name out there. I ain't gonna lie. I remember before that I already had like already following. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But when it comes to the boxing audience, people already like he made it like, oh yeah, that's him. And then you know what I mean? And then the rest, I started doing other backyard boxing.
Yeah.
Like I did the NBL. I don't know if y'all know what it is. Neighborhood Boxing League.
Yeah.
With Judah and Sheik. Shout out to Judah and Sheik, of course. You know what I'm saying? They used to have, you know what I'm saying? Dean stopped doing the backyards because it was getting too hectic. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I understand it's getting too hectic. So they said, okay, shoot, if you know what I'm saying? And Dean started, doing his thing, on the YouTube stuff. Salute to him. Then Judah and Sheik started saying, let's do something. Let's start something. And I started fighting their event, and I started fighting. I remember they used to say, there's a thing they used to call it every Sunday. It's called Booty Cheek Sunday. That's what it called because
What a name, pause.
yeah, pause. it used to be called Booty Cheek Sunday because like if you get dropped, you know what I'm saying, you will fall on your ass. And they played that one song. I remember they played Yin Yang Twins. What's that song? Booty, 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 booty rockin'.
Crazy.
Man, it was a fun experience, man. And I would tell myself, man, I don't want to get dropped.
Nah.
And stuff
It's
like
embarrassing.
that.
Yeah.
Embarrassing, man. And I kept doing those events and started finding all the top, guys in the streets, and I beat them, and then I started telling myself like, okay, I don't want to be doing this backyard. I know I'm getting a lot of attention out of it, but I want to do something like different. You know what I mean? I want to take it someone to where I can showcase my skills. And then I went to an amateur show one time at Signature Punch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gary now. I went to a Signature Punch, and then I remember my old coach at the time, Eddie Santiago. Shout out to Eddie. He said, "This is where it's gonna take you to pros. This is where it's gonna really make you the money." I said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And I seen the shows. And I said, "Okay." My last backyard fight, I fought a guy. His name is his name is CJ, aka Shooter for 48. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to him. What's it called again? He had great potential. You know what I mean? He had
Yeah.
passed away. He had passed away like I think like 4 years ago, I believe. Rest in peace, of course. We fought and we went viral. We went around on YouTube. We did had a lot of views and a lot of likes, a lot of shares and stuff. And I told myself, man, I ain't going back to the backyard stuff. It's fun and stuff, but like
Yeah.
I want to do something like I want to like do something way 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 better. I want to
Something bigger, yeah.
something bigger. You know what I mean? Like so I went to the amateurs and then my record in the amateur was I had 10 amateur fights, so I was 7-3
Okay.
and stuff like that. And I had a good amateur experience. I had one Sugar Birds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The titles and I had a great experience. I won some, I lost some,
Yeah.
it wasn't that's the amateurs, you know what I mean?
How was that experience going from backyards to the amateurs? What was the difference in that?
Well, I tell people this, right? I don't know why people think like a lot of people think, man, the amateurs harder than the backyards. I tell people, in my opinion, the backyards was harder.
Yeah.
Because it was aggressive. Mind you got folks from the streets who's aggressive. The amateurs is more like throw a lot of punches, you win the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they was telling me like, listen to your coaches and throw a lot of punches, you win the fight.
Yeah.
I did that and I won the fight. Like all my losses from the amateurs, I ain't gonna lie. I only had one guy who stopped me. His name is Tyshawn Wilson. Shout out to Tyshawn Wilson. We fought. We had a trilogy. We fought 3 times in the amateurs. The first time he beat me. Everybody thought I won, but it is,
Yeah.
Second time I beat him. Third time, he stopped me. He cracked me. Bam, and I'm like, damn. Because that was a learning experience. Like, don't rush. Don't go there and rush. And you rush and then look what happened.
Yeah.
But and the other losses, everybody thought I won, but it was.
Yeah.
But amateur boxing sometimes gets corrupted.
Yeah.
They get real corrupted and
Yeah,
stuff.
they trying to make their thing go. It's kind of crazy, man, how that works,
Yeah,
right?
man.
The judges have different views on what scores and what doesn't,
Right. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, man. It's crazy that I seen a video recently, and it's so true. They be judges that have to be on their phones while the fight's going on. They just be right here just like playing fucking
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, wow.
Clash of Clans while you up here throwing hands.
What? I'll be like, man, that's crazy, but that's how
Yeah.
I be, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's messed up that you got fighters who's so good, so great, and they get robbed in the amateurs, and you know what I mean? The judges not doing nothing. Like, I feel like the judges at least they should get fined or something.
Yeah,
like
be
they
held
should
accountable or something.
be
right?
accountable, because y'all just gonna be like, oh, he look like he won. No, I'm just giving him. That's how
Yeah.
it be. It's crazy, man. But
It's wild.
it's wild, man.
Yeah, bro. I feel like that. Once you get to the like you said, man, it's like amateurs. Their scoring system is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could be beating a guy down, but if he lands more punches than you could even knock him down. But
Right.
if he lands more punches than you, then they score it for him, which is weird.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. Amateurs sometimes be corrupted, man.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna start your pro debut,
Right.
right? You're gonna have your pro debut coming up here soon, huh?
Yes, sir. November 14th at Clearwater, Florida, at the OCC Roadhouse.
Man, what made you say, okay, look, man, I'm done with this amateur stuff. I'm gonna go pro. What was the idea behind that?
Honestly, the amateurs is good. You know what I mean? Of course, for the young cats and for people are my age. But when I was doing the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? And I remember what's called at a point in time I was doing the. A lot of people don't know I was doing the ICS.
That's actually the first fight where I saw you at.
Yeah, I was
Influencer Championship Series.
Yeah, and then I remember last year I was living in Macon, Georgia at the time, and you know what I mean. I was supposed to be fighting at in Atlanta, and then I got injured. You know what I mean. It was some crazy situation. I mean, I don't mind speaking about it, but
Yeah.
it is. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can say it, yeah.
Well, I got to a situation. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it was like the day before my birthday. I ain't gonna lie. I met up with a chick, and it was the day before my birthday. I'm happy and excited. I'm like, yes. Mind you, I'm not from Georgia.
Right.
And I'm not from Georgia. And then what's it called again? I linked up with a girl, and then she lied, and I guess she had kids or whatever. And then I guess she lied. I thought she had the kids at the what's the thing called, at the house. Baby daddy came through.
Damn.
And I was like, oh snap! Like,
what's going on?
What's going on? Like me, I'm in that, but like I'm just trying to like get to know the girl, so we can you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And then dude came in the car, and he had a gun on him, and he pointed at me. I said, oh snap! Like, I'm like, whoa! I'm thinking like, whoa! He about to rob me.
Yeah.
He like, hey, you get out the car. I said, oh snap!
You were in her car?
I was in my car.
Oh man, he's trying to pull you out.
Yeah, he was so smart. I ain't gonna lie, he's real clever with it. He got out the car, and he pointed the gun and took the ignition off and to get out the car. I said, oh snap! I'm about to get robbed or something.
Damn.
And you knew? I said, knew what? What's going on? Oh, you knew there was a baby in the car? I said, no, sir. I didn't know. No, sir. I did not know that.
In your car?
No, in the other car.
Oh.
I said, oh, no, I ain't know that. And, he upped the gun on me. I said, oh, snap, I'm about to die. The day before my birthday, oh, Lord.
Damn.
He started, you know what I'm saying? Started hitting me with the pistol. I got the stitches right here.
Damn, man.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
And he hit me, boom, and it's so crazy. I wasn't even feeling it because the adrenaline was so like. And mind you, I lived in Macon, Georgia. People don't know Macon, Georgia. It's the murder capital of Georgia.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And me, I be looking at Macon, Georgia. Man, this country, man, this don't look that bad. The women out here are so genuine. Everybody out here are so genuine. Like the Southern hospitality is real down here.
Yeah.
And then he, you know, he kept
You find out real quick.
find out real quick, man.
Crazy.
And you know, dude just kept pistol whipping me, and I'm in there like, I'm like, yo, is this really happening? And then he hit me, boom, and I ain't gonna lie, when he hit the last hit he hit me with, I seen a light. I said, oh, he shot me. He dead. I'm dead.
Damn.
I went to the ground. I'm thinking I'm thinking this wet in the floor. Man, blood coming out my face, eyes is burning, and I'm like, what the hell, like, and then I was just like, oh, so he about to kill me, and then he what's the name? I remember he said, oh, I'm so sorry, bro, I'm so sorry, here, and I'm just like, I got up so fast that I had my ankle was all fractured and stuff, so I couldn't get up. I was just like, what the hell going on? And then what's the name? I remember it's like, I remember I put my hand out like this. All the dude dapped me up. I said, I got in my car and I drove off fast. He just let me drive off.
What did he do? Give you the keys or something?
He dapped me up. It's crazy. He dapped me up.
Crazy.
It's crazy. He dapped me up. And I got out the car, and mind you, I don't know nobody from here in Georgia.
Yeah.
I ain't got nobody from here. Like, if this happened, like, I tell him, man, if this happened in Tampa, shit would have been resolved quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying nobody would have got hurt, but something would have
Something would have happened.
Something would have happened, you know.
Yeah.
And but mind you, I'm just like, I'm so shocked. I'm driving around the city, and I call my teammate. What's his name? He a famous boxer too, man. Y'all should follow him. His name is Zoom. I called him. I said, yo, bro, this girl set me up. I'm driving around, and I pulled up on him. He what's it called again? He gave me some bandages and gave me some ibuprofen. I didn't feel nothing. Like, mind you, like, I got hit right here in the head, and it busted my head right here. I didn't feel nothing. I took some pills, like some ibuprofen, so I can, like, you know what I'm saying. Then I remember I was like, damn, I'm about to go back to my parents' house. Like, it's 3 in the morning, man. Like, shit, okay. And then, you know, I cleaned myself up, and then I said, okay, this part will close down. We'll do the night. Woke up. All I heard is, happy brother, what the hell happened to you? I said, I lied and said I fell, hit my head in the concrete.
Oh.
And I was there, are you sure? And they started interrogating me, and my dad said, man, I'm from the streets, man. You ain't that ain't come from no head in the concrete, bro. You either got hit with a bat, or you got into a fight. So I just said, you know what? I don't even like lying to my parents.
Yeah.
So I said, you know, I got set up, man. Girl set me up, and dude pistol with me. And then she's like, oh my God, woo. She more at the fool. Then we went to the hospital, you know, we got stitched up, you know what I mean? And I was so mad because that day on my birthday I was supposed to go to an Atlanta Hawk game. Yeah. And it ruined it. And I was in there like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We were just, at first my parents were like, man, I don't even like Georgia here. It's too dangerous. Because I ain't gonna lie, to me, I say this, like, when certain people would be like, don't go there, that's the hood. Like, I'd be like, me personally, I said, no, to me, it's not. As long as you mind your business, that's how I tell people. You be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never really cared about where I'm at. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, if the vibe is good and the hospitality is good, I'm there. I don't care about where we at. It just, you know what I mean? It's just, if the hospitality is good and nobody here doing no crazy stuff, it's all good. So, you know, they say, man, we're moving out. We're moving out. And I'm like, where we going? And at first, they said, we're going somewhere in Georgia, some country spot down there in Georgia. So I said, okay, whatever, we go back to Georgia. Man, the same day we moved out, the same day, she sent me the address. I said, Mom, this is Tampa. And she said, yeah, we're going back to Tampa. I got all my stuff in the U-Haul truck, so I can't say, oh, no, hell no, I ain't going back to Tampa. Like, but I said, I guess. We went back to Tampa, and then, and mind you, when I had stitches and I still was working out. Yeah. It was hard though because I had my ankles was fractured, my head was hurting, so I'm hitting the bag. But every time I hit the bag, my head just started doing little flashes. Yeah. So it was hurting. So I just started hitting the bag and stuff. And I went back to Tampa, and I was telling myself, man, what gym should I go to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I called my homeboy Vaughn. He told me, come down to Signature Punch, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of influence out here and all. I'm like, oh, really? And then I went there, and I met, what's his name? His name is Somatic.
Somatic, yeah.
Somatic. I met Somatic, And I give him his flowers too. He the one who, you know what I'm saying, he put me on the ICS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we sparred and we took pictures, and folks from Compton, California had spoken to, oh, yeah, that's BillyJ. Yeah, man, he nice with it. Like, I see him on YouTube. He this and that third. And then he told me, like, yo, I ain't know you used to do backyards. I said, yeah, I used to do backyards and stuff. And I said, yeah, bro. I said, yeah, folks from Compton was talking about you. I said, oh, snap. Salute to them boys from Compton, you know what I mean? And I didn't know, you know, he's married to Egypt.
Yep.
And Egypt is what's her name? The daughter of Salt and Pepper, Pepper, I guess.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it was Pepper, I believe. I could
Yeah.
be mistaken.
That's cool.
And then that's when he's saying, you know what, I'm gonna put you on this show, the ICS thing. I said, the influencer? I said, yeah. I mean, people been wanting me to do this stuff, but I don't. Am I like qualified for it? I mean, he said, bro, you're an influencer. People look up to you on the internet, and I'm just saying, all right, put me on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
you did good, man. That was a dope fight, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who'd you end up fighting that night?
I fought this dude named Josue Rodriguez. Shout out to Josue Rodriguez. He was from East LA.
Yeah.
And I fought him and stuff, and of course everybody was how they looked at him, like he looked intimidating. Of course, you know what I'm saying, because he's a coach, and man, he's a coach, man. He this and that, but I knew in my mind, I said, I'm gonna beat this guy.
Yeah.
I just knew it. I seen something in there. I said, he's tough. He was a good fight though.
Yeah,
I ain't
it was a really good fight, man. It was a really dope fight.
It was a good fight though, man. And
that whole show was pretty dope, man.
Oh man, that I tell people, man, that show right there, man, that was like a
professional fight show.
I try to tell people, man.
Yeah, it sucks that it didn't continue, but bro, like that was an awesome,
man,
you know what I'm saying, an awesome event, man. A lot of good people, dope. I performed there, bro.
Oh yeah,
for the main event. Yeah.
Yeah, you what's the name?
USA Saying.
Yeah, him.
USA Saying. Yeah.
It's crazy part. I was about to fight him in January in Nashville.
Yeah.
I was supposed to fight him, and then they was telling me what's called it. There's certain promoters was telling me, like, bro, that you about to go to Nashville. They're not booking you a flight or nothing. I'm just like, me personally, I didn't care. I just like to fight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, my people was telling me, like, make it make sense. You got to do this, that, third.
Yeah.
I ain't got no issue with Anthony Taylor or none of them.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, if I want to get a fight, you know what I mean, they gotta book me a flight, but at the same time, Anthony Taylor don't know me.
Yeah.
And I don't know Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, I only knew him because of Dean, and him and Dean was going at it at a point in time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But that's how I knew about Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
And they told me, like, nah, don't fight, because at the end of the day, you just gonna get a lot of recognition, but you ain't gonna get no money back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's a weird thing. With the influencer fighting, man, on the small creator side, man, it's got to make sense sometimes, man.
Yeah,
you guys are
facts.
still putting the gloves on and putting your lights on the line. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
facts.
when we come back, man, I'm gonna ask you about the transition from the influencer boxing into your pro debut. Right. What happened with you in the gyms? Because I see you at Big O's at East Tampa Boxing now.
Right.
And then just like the Tampa scene in boxing, a little bit more about you when we come back.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Man, we're back on Youngest in the Yacht Club with BillyJ. Damn, Billy, like, you've shown us, like, there's been a lot of stuff, man, going on in your, like, in the life and your boxing journey, bro. Like, from, growing up, being born in PA and then coming down here as a kid, and then, going through, like, a traumatic event, man. Like, then going into boxing and getting involved with the influencers, being an influencer yourself and then not even knowing it, right?
Right. Yeah, man.
Going to do that and then getting into like the influencer championship series, when I ask you this question, move the mic a little bit closer to you so that way, there we go. What made you say, okay, look, I'm done with all that now. I'm going to take this to the pro scene. Like, what gave you that type of confidence?
Well, I've been, me, everybody who know me, I'm a gymaholic, you know what I mean? All I do is work and go straight to the gym, the gym to me is like a second job,
Yeah.
I work in the gym, you know what I'm saying? If I'm going through something, I go to the gym and I resolve everything,
Yeah.
It's like, if I'm mad, I go to the gym. If I'm sad, which, I try not to, like, be sad, you know what I'm saying? I try to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm going through anything, go to the gym. It's like, I just knew, in my opinion, like, because I spar with pros since since I started competing in amateurs. I started competing in amateurs at 20, so I've been sparring pros and top notch fighters for a while, and I then there be working them, and everybody who know me, whoever sparred me, they know, oh, Billy's good work. I done spar pros,
Yeah.
top guys from the nation, and they always be like, oh yeah, Billy a dog. Like, everybody know I'm a dog. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I say I'm a dog. I die like a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One thing about me, I'm a fight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not no average. I tell people I'm not. This is no cocky way, but I'm just saying I'm not a push in the like I'm not no push in the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to say stuff like that, but if how people be like, man, I die in the ring. I'll die in the ring because I die for something that I love to do.
Yeah.
Like, I put my blood, sweat, and tears in boxing.
Yeah.
This is my go to. This is my way out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, I breathe this. This is stuff like this is my life. Like, boxing saved me from everything.
Yeah.
It saved me from these days I be wanting to quit. These days I be, you know what I mean? I be wanting to say, man, is this boxing gonna take me somewhere? But when I go to the gym, I leave, I feel good. But it's these days, I ain't gonna lie. These days I work hard, and then I be like, damn, am I doing good?
Yeah.
Am I perfect? You know what I mean? And they ain't lying about boxing. One thing I learned about boxing, number one, it's a lonely sport.
Yeah.
It is lonely, man. Like, you lose friends, girlfriends, all type of stuff. Like, during this camp, I lost a lot of friends. Shit, I lost a girlfriend during camp. But, you know what I mean? It is what it is, I don't have no hate towards them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Love, forgive, but don't forget.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tend to move on about it. But, you know what I mean? It's just, it be lonely days. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Yeah.
same time, I realized, like, hold up. Like not no cocky stuff, but I'm BillyJ. I'm him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Like, forget what everybody talking about. I'm him. Like, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna train. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an asshole. Excuse my language.
No, you good, bro.
You know what I mean? I'm not. If I am, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But everybody who know me, I'm not a bad person. If you know what I'm saying, I don't have a bad reputation. You know what I'm saying? I do good to people.
Right.
I do good for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a bad person. If people think I'm a bad person, then you don't know me then.
Yeah.
Because you can't name one bad thing I did.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I always love and respect everybody.
Yeah.
But that's just how people is. People want to let the haters hate. You know what I'm saying? They say if people ain't hating, then you ain't doing nothing. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. It's all good though. Like, I just knew, me personally, I just knew, like, this is me. I've been training for damn near so much. I've been working, training, and you know what I mean. Like, I've been active. I don't miss days in the gym. If I miss days in the gym, I'm gonna recover the next day. I'm gonna go again, again, and again.
Yeah.
And I told myself, man, listen, the influencing is good. It's straight. I like the influence. Shout out to the influence bosses, Jake Paul, Dean the Gray. The KSI, all of them. I wanted to influence boxing too when I at first, and I was like, okay, bet, but it was just a lot of promoters don't wanna like, basically, a lot of promoters don't want to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of people don't want to. A lot of people want us to fight for free and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm a boxer, bro. We like you said earlier, like, we put our life on the line, man.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Influencer or not, like you
Yeah.
still, the punches are still coming.
Yeah, like, those punches still coming. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, boxing, like, a lot of people, like, I love the sport, but you know what I'm saying? It's about the money, man. It's
Yeah.
all about the money. You can't. This ain't. I hate when people be like, oh, back then fighters did not there. But listen, back in the 50s and 60s, you know what I'm saying? $20 to them was like 100. You know what I mean?
Thousand.
Like,
Yeah.
1,000 in
Yeah.
the 50s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boxing, everybody know. I feel like boxing started when it comes to money, started coming in around the 80s. With the Tysons and the Sugar Rays and all that stuff. But, like, it's all about the money, man. And I'm not saying, like, I'm doing this for the money, but at the same time, like, when I first started boxing, I was telling myself, like, I gotta do something to make it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I really good at? You know what I mean? Basketball wasn't there. You had to go to school for basketball.
Yeah.
I graduated high school. You know what I'm saying? The only spot I got offered was a community college, and I'm just like, man, what I don't really want to do. And then when I started, like, 'cause when I graduated high school, I was just going to parties every week, and then when you go to parties every week, you're gonna be like, man, it's just tiring, man. It gets depressing, you know what I mean? Like,
you just constantly just in the same thing,
drinking, and I ain't got no issue with nobody drinking, because I don't judge nobody who drink, because I drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, drinking and all that stuff. It gets to that point in time you be like, damn, is this how life really is? Like, it can't be like this. You know what I mean? That's why I said, man, I gotta change. I gotta change myself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't an alcoholic or anything like that, but at the same time, like, I was almost there. Like, 'cause I was just partying, having fun. I'm thinking like, this is the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you work, you go party in the weekends. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we is. But at the same time, that's not how it is. You know?
Yeah, you get this idea of how life is supposed to be, and then you realize when you're doing it, nah, that ain't it for me. Yeah,
like, in fact, like, it can't, man. Like, it's not it, man. Like, you can have fun. Don't get me wrong. Party, drink, I'll do what you think.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Do something that you love to do. You know what I mean? Don't sit here and say don't smoke or drink. Nah. Do what you think. You know what I'm saying? Don't overdo it, because you gonna realize, okay, there's gonna be it's a problem, but
it's a consequence.
It's a consequence. You know what I mean? And liquor. I stopped drinking the liquor because it used to make me mad, and I don't like I said, I don't like to be mad about stuff like that. Like, liquor will kick in the real you. Like you know how they say, like, when you tell the truth, it's either a mad person or a drunk person.
Yeah,
that's true.
Damn,
like, it's true, man. Like, I tell people, like, do your thing. You know, it's okay to have, a little sip, whatever. But every week, man, like, that shit gonna get depressing, man.
Yeah, legit.
Get depressing, man.
It ain't it, man.
Facts,
it ain't
man.
it, bro. So, what made you transfer, to East Side or East Tampa Boxing? Like, that's a Big O he's an awesome coach, man. And I done sparred a few people in there, man. I was in there with before you got there. I done been in there with CJ. You know what I'm saying? I done been, Friday nights at Big O's is kind of crazy. Spar wars type shit. Shout out to Big O and East Tampa Boxing,
Shout
man.
out to the East Side, man. Big O.
Yeah,
man.
Martin Brown. That's why I sparred Martin Brown. That's why I got into it. Like, really, man. Their trainings, man. Like that little circuit they put you through with the tires and the climbing the rope and all that. Yo, Big O be like, you want to, how it is to box? You know how he be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big O, man.
Shout out to Big O, man.
I got knee surgery, so I haven't been there to spar, but I will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell him I said what's up. But yeah, man,
sir.
like, what made you want to go there specifically? Like,
well, I was, I was training with Eddie, of course, and Eddie been with me since I started boxing. That's like one of my first coaches. You know what I'm saying? I had a coach before that, but like we was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a private coach. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to him, of course. We would do 1-on-1, but at the same time, like, like 1-on-1 sessions, like, it's like, okay, I'm young, I couldn't understand much.
Yeah.
But with the coach, it's more like we you know what I'm saying? He taught me a lot more too. It just we had a fight coming up. I remember I was supposed to fight Johnny Tapia Jr.
Yeah, in Albuquerque.
And what's it called again? And that fight, I told him, like, I'm gonna train, and I didn't know I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't know it was gonna be a pro debut. I signed a contract because I said I know I could whoop that boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was a lesson taught. Like, don't be signing random contracts. You know what I'm saying? And then when I realized, when I say, this is gonna be your first professional fight, I said, bro, I thought it was just like an influence thing, like, because I realized I'm on Box Rec, and I started saying, oh, snap, this is going to be my first pro fight. Okay, say less, come on. But
against Johnny Tapia Jr., bro.
Yeah, John Tapia Jr., say less. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, cool. And I looked at one of his clips, man, I know I could whoop that guy, you know what I'm saying? And I seen, I met a lot of good people over there. I met Rampage Jackson, Rashad, and all that stuff. I wasn't messing, like, even though I grew up watching Rampage Jackson, he was with Tapia, so I was like, man, fuck Rampage. But I was like, fuck Rampage. I'm with Rashad, and Rashad's from Florida too, so I'm gonna go root for Rashad, of course. You know what I mean? But I used to use Rampage Jackson in the video game, so when I said, he with him, fuck him. But at the same time, it's all love though. I fuck with your Rampage, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just more of if my opponent with you, then it's fuck you too.
Yeah,
shit.
right. If you ain't with me, you ain't with anybody.
You feel me? But at the same time, like, I always gonna respect Rampage Jackson. Like, he's a fighter, man. I've been watching that dude. Every time he knocks somebody out, before he go knock somebody, he go do that little wolfing thing, like, ooh. You know what I mean? But
yeah, you were supposed to fight Tapia though, and what happened?
Yeah, man, the fight supposedly got postponed, but I mean, it got canceled. But I was like, I was mad about that. I told myself, man, if any fight, at first I was like, man, any fight get canceled again, I ain't boxing no more. You know, I had that event, bro, training,
Yeah.
and and fights getting canceled, that shit gets upsetting.
Yeah.
And I'm killing my body for this, and I was telling myself, man, whatever. And then what's called again? Because when I signed that contract, like I double checked, cause I had an ex girlfriend at the time who worked at the law firm, whatever, and she read the contract for me. She seems legit. I said, okay. I signed it because she told me it seemed legit. So I said, okay, cool. I read it. I remember they offered me the money. I said, I mean, my money, money
Right.
talks. Like I said, money talks and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But the fight got canceled and stuff. And at first, I'm like, I seen him pull out the fight. I'm saying, don't tell me he pulled out the fight. I know for a fact because his daddy damn sure is a dog. Rest in
Yeah.
peace of Johnny Tapia. His daddy is a dog. Like I used to watch clips of Johnny Tapia. He's a dog. I know it. You know, and I know his sons ain't gonna punk out.
Right.
So, I spoke to him. I said, what happened to the fight? And then basically it was politics, you know what I'm saying? Issues and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, understandable. And then I see the fight got, everybody's fight got postponed. And I just said, all right, it what it is, The promoter, I have respected the promoter. I always respect the promoter because, he put me on his platform.
Right.
But, shit happens. It's really all about, the politics of boxing, It's always
Yeah.
about the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I see him. I see Johnny Tapia Jr. doing his thing though. Salute to him though. Shout out to Johnny Tapia Jr. and his little brother. They doing his thing though.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I told myself, man, I want to go pro. Fuck this. Like I work and train. I dare never be working all the pros, be working all the top amateurs. And I called the next week when they got canceled.
How'd you know? Oh.
I knew a long time though. One thing about I knew him a long time. I knew him off Dean the Great because Dean used to train at East Tampa Boxing.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was his first gym. I could be mistaken.
Okay.
Like that used to be the first gym, and then I seen how they work, and then I seen the environment, and I said, man, the gym is right by my house too. I'm surprised I never went to this gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he was like telling me, man, he said, if you want to come. And one thing about I respect about O is not one of those coaches that he be like this, man, fuck that guy. He don't diss the other coaches so he can get with
Right.
that coach.
Right.
He's more of a, if you want to come, just let me know, bro. I got you. I said, all right, for sure. I went to that gym the first day. First day, I was like, then he said, you gonna meet I want you to meet the Green Reaper. I'm like, what's the Green Reaper? This guy is shout out to Brother Dean. His name is Brother Dean and stuff. And man, he had me doing all this crazy workout. I'm in there like, this is some prison workout, man. What the hell is this? Like flipping tires, sprinting,
Yeah.
burpees, and I'm like, what the fuck's
Yeah.
going on, man? And you know what I'm saying? And that gym, I love that gym a lot because I could be slacking in the ring, I could be slacking in the bag. And you got like 4 coaches there, be like, hey Billy, like they could be from all the way to the other side, or could be right there hitting the bag. Hey Billy, hit the bag, boy. And I'm like, oh shoot, like you got another one right here hyping you up, like yeah, hit that motherfucker. And the other one right here, like
Yeah.
Coach Eric, shout out to Coach Eric and Coach James, of course. They all right there. They're heavy on me, like they watch me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I like that gym because you only had one coach right there. Eddie, of course, like watching me and be like, all right, come on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he could just turn his back and then I could just be like just chilling, like and they'd be like, hey, what you doing? I'd be like, oh yeah, like well, could just turn his back and then I could be like, and then somebody be like, hey, what you doing?
You gotta constantly be on point.
You know what I mean? Man,
Yeah.
when I went to that gym, I said, okay, this is a gym I need. Like I need that push. I need that that motivation. You know what I mean? And they work me, but man, it is if you want to get some good old work, come to East Tampa Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. They will work you and they will help you and they help the kids too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see the kids out there working out and they're good too. The kids out there they work hard too, man. And all my teammates, we do our thing and stuff.
Yeah,
Man.
good job. They do a lot for the communities in that area, bro. I really love that, man. Big
Right.
shout out to Big O. Shout out to everybody who's there, man. CJ,
Right.
Coach James, all them, man. I'll be back soon, man. Getting that Friday work. But bro, if you could, when is your debut again?
November 14th, Clearwater, Florida, at the OCC Row House.
And who are you fighting?
I'm fighting a dude named Jason. Jason Spook. I don't know how to say his name. Nulio. I forgot his name.
Okay.
But Jason Spook. They call him Spook.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be fighting him and stuff.
And you're excited about it. You're excited about your pro debut.
Oh, I'm really excited, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the opponent, you know what I'm saying? I like opponents like him. You know, I see his interviews, you know, he talk and stuff like that, but I see how he is. He got a little, you know, he got a little something, but I know I got something for him that it can ease the deal for sure.
That's dope,
You know what I
man.
mean?
That's dope, bro. Bro, if you could give some advice to an up and coming boxer with all the stuff that you've been through, what advice would you give them?
Man, just ignore all the hate, you know what I'm saying? Just keep pushing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing your thing, man. Don't if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like, you know, if you're feeling down, remember this, man. Like keep pushing. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good times. It's gonna be hard times. You know what I mean? There's a quote I remember. I still read to this day. It's from Tupac. Let me see if I pull out my phone. I got it on my notes. I read it every time, every day, and I sometimes get emotional sometimes when I read this quote because it's so real.
Yeah.
This is what Tupac said, and I always think of it. He said, "Through every dark night, there's a bright day after that. So no matter how hard it gets, stick your chest out, keep your head up, and handle it." And I when I heard that, it's from I think from Tupac, "Me Against the World."
Yeah.
And I heard that quote, and man, I tell him, man, keep pushing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you in a relationship, your girl broke up with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say like young.
Keep pushing.
I'm gonna say like Young Thug said, "Whoop de doo, whoop de doo." Hey,
Hey.
we good. Hey, listen, I had a girl recently who broke who down there I was with her for a year. She cheated on me. It's all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. I can't. And don't get me wrong. I was mad. I was in my feelings for that week. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
recently broke up. Matter of fact, like a week ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She broke up with me. I mean, we broke up with, and I got mad. You know what I'm saying? She cheated on me. It's all good. You know, I forgive her, but don't forget, I ain't gonna spin back the block. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you ever think about, you know, if she ever do any dirt, I mean, there's certain people that they can go back and, you know what I'm saying, do their thing. But I always say this too. I always have these quotes, man. I always say it.
BillyJ with the quotes.
I come with quotes, man. And I gotta remind myself, like, yeah, I'm tripping. Like, I can't do that, man. I gotta always remind myself, like, hold up, man. Damn, where's my quote at? I always have my quote so I can remember. I can remember myself, like, what's it called again? Yeah, there's always a quote I always said. Reading the same book twice can be fun, but it won't change the ending.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
That's legit, bro.
When I seen that quote, I said, damn. Like, don't matter how hard that girl love you, whatever, man. Yeah, you can give her chances all you want, but like I said, me personally, like, I mean, if she did what she did, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the end result gonna be the same.
yeah, like you go back, you can read the same book, the ending will never change. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't have no hate towards her. You know, at first, of course, you know, me being a little immature, you know, everybody had that feeling like, man, forget her, man. F that girl, woo. Same time, I had to, you know, be mature and say, okay, it what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't do nothing about it. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Sell out? I can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't don't put your hands on a woman either.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
man,
And you got so much more down the line, bro. That one door
Yeah.
closed, you know what I'm saying? Like
Facts, man.
you just waste time just dwelling on that bullshit, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I tell people, man, in the day, like don't get me wrong. When I found out, shoot, I was mad too. Boy, I was mad as hell. Boy,
Yeah.
like you know how they always keep talking about, oh, that CTE go kick in, man. That CTE kicked in. Boy, I was in there crying. Boy, I was so mad. I
yeah.
did there. It almost went overboard, but like thank God, like people stopped it and stuff like that. But what it
Yeah.
is, man. Like we all move on, man. You gonna move
Yeah.
on. It'll hurt. Don't get me wrong. It'll hurt for that first month. Shit, am I
Yeah.
still hurt? I ain't gonna lie, a little bit. A little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bit hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tell people that at the daytime, I don't think about her, but at the nighttime, whew,
Yeah.
boy, that jump be hitting.
Yeah.
But same time, I be telling myself, hold up, I got a career, man.
Yeah.
I gotta stay focused. Like, hold up, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no ill will. Like I said, I ain't got no ill will with her. Like, it's all good. You did what you did. Keep doing your thing. No hate. You know what I mean? I work and train. That's what I'm doing. And you know what I'm saying? Like, what I spend back the block,
Nah.
I
Nah.
can't. I
Don't
can't.
do it.
Nah,
Don't do it, bruh.
I can't do it. I know it's telling me like do it, but
Nah,
I
don't
can't
do it. It ain't that good.
Yeah, man.
Billy, man, what final message for everybody that, you know what I'm saying, for your career and where you see yourself going? Like, what's the final message for you?
Man, I want to be. My final message, man, is like I really want to become world champion, make as much money as possible, take care of my people, take care of my fam. You know what I mean? So the next generation come, they don't have to struggle. You know?
Yeah.
And I just want to like work, train. I got so much stuff in my mind that I want to do. You know what I mean? I want to start a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to start a lot of stuff in the community with the kids. You know what I mean? With my family. I want to do stuff that like it could be like it could be forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to help the community, the kids. You know, who grew up. You know what I'm saying? With that, then grew up with then grew up with a father, then grew up with a mother, then grew up with you know what I'm saying,
With
with a
those examples.
with those examples. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I tell them, man, listen, I don't care how mad you get. I know we all sometimes will crash out. Don't get me wrong, we all crash out, but don't crash out to certain things, man. Like you feel me? Just keep training, keep working. It's hard to walk away. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to walk away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But in the day, remember this jail. It
ain't for anybody.
It ain't
man.
for anybody.
I'll tell you
Jail
that.
is bad.
No.
and I tell y'all, don't do it. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard, but don't do it. I'm telling you.
Stay positive.
Stay positive.
Where can the people find you, Billy?
Well, follow me on y'all can follow me on Instagram at _Billy with 3 L's .J. You know what I mean? And you can follow me on TikTok, of course, MoneyLineBillyJ. And I'm about to go back on my streaming on Twitch, MoneyLineBillyJ. Go follow me there, and I'll be back on my streaming quest soon.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
Yes, sir.
Bro, thanks for being on here, man. A lot of people have been telling me about how you coming up, man. I got a lot of appreciation for you, bro. I know you put in that work, man. You've been doing it. You've been sticking for it. Especially the last 2 years, I feel like you've grown as a fighter, bro.
Right.
And you're starting to take that journey as a professional, bro. So thank you for
Right.
coming on the show,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
I
Thank you,
appreciate you
Harry.
for being tuned in, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. And one last thing, I always say every interview, anything, all I gotta say this, man. Tampa, stand up. You feel me? Tampa, stand up, man.
That's awesome, bro.
Everybody keep doing their thing, man. All love and support, man.
Awesome, bro. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir, man.